Hey dudes, my name's Riert and welcome back to another country video. And in today's video we're gonna find out how expensive is it to live in Dublin in Ireland. After 3 years of living in Scotland, I never managed to visit Dublin or Ireland. But since half of my country flew to Ireland to seek better paid jobs, I feel like I know the country well enough to make a country video about it. You guys know that I'm running out of countries that I've visited, but I know that you enjoy country videos. So today we're gonna talk about Dublin. It's the capital and the largest city in Ireland, with over 500,000 people living in the capital and over 1 million people living in the urban areas of Dublin. Just so you know that the national currency in Ireland is euros, so for today's video I'm just gonna leave the prices in euros. And if you prefer the prices in different currencies like pounds or dollars, just leave it in the comment section for me to know. Nothing really changes, the concept stays the same. In today's video you will find out the prices for food, rent and utilities, public transport, salaries and taxes, and if you're still here, I talk about leisure time activities. And just because I want to make these videos longer, I want to add an interesting fact about that specific city at the end of the video. Now, I know that might sound lame, but let's just try it out. Let's not waste any of your time and start talking about foods and prices. The typical meal for an Irish person consists of a bottle of whiskey. That's it. So let's now move on for renting costs. Okay, maybe that's not the only thing they have, so let's actually start talking about foods and prices in Dublin. If you enjoy eating out, these would be your approximate cost. Breakfast would cost about 4 euros, lunch would cost about 7.50, dinner would be 12 euros, and a dessert or a coffee or beer or wine would cost you 4 euros, which seems almost cheaper than here in Scotland. Eating out is always going to be more expensive than cooking at home, so if you plan to live in Dublin, the food costs in grocery stores are pretty average. Cigarettes will cost you about 12 euros for a pack, so I'm glad that I don't smoke. A bottle of beer will cost you about 1.50, and the internet says that a bottle of wine would cost you starting from 9 euros. But I do believe that you could find something cheaper at the bottom shelves in Tesco if you're not such a snob. Let's now move into renting costs. One bedroom flat in Dublin city centre would start from 1,200 euros and would go up to 1,900 euros per month, which seems reasonable if you eat gold for breakfast. Living in the city centre is always more convenient, but it's also pricier, so let's see if we can afford to rent outside the city centre. Renting outside Dublin city centre could save us a couple of hundred euros, because the rents start from 1,000 euros and go up to 1,600 euros, which is fine. We can just live under the bridge. Of course, you could find cheaper flats and more expensive flats. These are the average prices for flats that are not complete trash and not made out of gold either. I mean, for £2,000 it better be made out of gold. Also add utility costs that range from 85 up to 250 euros a month, and the best possible internet you could get would cost you 60 euros a month, which is quite expensive, but hopefully if you pay that much, the internet wouldn't be as here in Glasgow. Okay, as we found out, it's pretty much impossible to live in Dublin, so let's just end the video right here. Okay, there must be a catch somewhere. Probably they have really good salaries, which we will find out later in the video after we talk about public transport and their costs. So, Dublin has buses, trams, trains and taxis, so let's talk about each of them a little bit more. TripAdvisor say that Dublin buses are very slow and unreliable due to city traffic. Well, that just sounds like Glasgow's buses that never follow schedules, do whatever they want and charge whatever they choose. The buses cost from $2.15 up to $3.50 depending on your route, but if you have their local smart card called Leap, you get cheaper prices and the tickets start from $1.50, which is a good bargain if you have to use the bus often. As I said before, I've never been to Dublin, so I'm not exactly sure how great or bad their trains are, but these are the top 3 main reviews. Okay, probably it's not that bad. People in Glasgow hate ScotRail so much, but I think they're fast, they're comfortable, and overall a great experience. I just think they're spoiled brats. Try taking the old Latvian trains that had wooden seats, then we can talk. But hey, at least some people online say that the trains are not very expensive, which is a good thing, also depending on the routes. So maybe we can sleep in the trains if we can't afford to rent in Dublin. Their trams look very modern and nice. Unfortunately, whilst I was making this video, their tram website was down, so I couldn't really check out the prices. But the only thing I found out was that you could use the same Leap smart card for buses and trams. So that's a good thing. If any of you are from Dublin and watching this video, you could write the tram prices in the comment section for me and others to know. So we found out all the prices. But how much money can you make in Dublin? Let's talk about jobs and salaries. The average salary in Dublin is 36.6 thousand euros annually. Since the 1st of January 2019, the national minimum wage in Ireland for experienced adult employee is 9.80 euros per hour. At the end of 2018, the minimum monthly wage was fixed at 1,614 euros. The average hourly rate in Ireland is 22 euros, and even though that seems slightly higher than, let's say, Scotland, the rent still seems pretty expensive to me. The good thing is that each year they do raise the bar for minimum wage just to keep up with inflation. And it could be just a couple of pennies each year, but small progress is still better than no progress. And if you're still here, let's talk about leisure time activities. What I could see from Google Pictures, Ireland looks very beautiful and modern, especially Dublin. So even though my fellow Latvians have to pick berries and mushrooms, at least they have a new beautiful home. And if they ever get depressed, Dublin offers over 751 different pubs so that they can get wasted. And the fun fact of the day is that in the year 1447, mustaches were banned from Dublin. As far as I could understand, the Dublin City Council was really worried that if everyone was wearing mustaches, then it would be really hard to differentiate between the Englishmen and the Irishmen. And apparently Dublin was not very fond of Irishmen. They had very luxuriant, long, beautiful beards and mustaches, and if you couldn't speak proper English and you had upper lip facial hair, you were not welcome in Dublin. That's it for today's video. If you think that some of the information is incorrect or missing, leave it in the comment section for everyone else. And now tell me, do you have a mustache? Also, after watching this video, do you think you would live in Ireland or Dublin? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!